The last thing we need is stricter gun control when the liberal left wants to defund police. We need to protect ourselves, our families, and our properties. And to think that that's a topic of discussion in the society we live in is awful. There's people murdered every day, record high level murder rates in the city of Philadelphia, carjackings, total lawlessness. And when the city burned in 2020 because Black Lives Matter rioted and torched police cars and harmed people, I was the only elected official in the state, and I believe the first in the nation, to speak the truth about Black Lives Matter. And I took a lot of heat for it, and I wouldn't back down. I backed the blue. We must have law and order. And to think that they want to strip our guns away and they don't want to fund police is asinine. And if Mayor Kenny and District Attorney Krasner don't want to do their job and want to jeopardize our safety, I would cut the funding from the state level government down to the cities. If they want sanctuary cities, safe injection sites, and lawlessness, well, guess what? They're not getting state and federal tax dollars. Right. That shouldn't happen.
I just want to follow up. Are you equating the protest after the murder of George Floyd and the racial reckoning, as it's been referred to, with the violence? Do you see the points that people have protested that they have made about racial inequities?
I saw city after city across this entire nation have a protest followed by looting, arson, and violence, and that's unacceptable. We need law and order. And Black Lives Matter played a significant role in it, and I said it. And I wish more Republicans had the backbone to speak the truth about Black Lives Matter. What they did was not a positive of our nation, it was a negative. And I had the backbone to say it.
10% of the protests across the country, according to the Washington Post, had violence. I think it was less than that. I think it was closer to 6%.
Well, you know what? You have a lot of nerve, because there's people that died, including law enforcement members of our community that died during those protests. So don't tell me that it was low levels of violence. There was heavy violence. In the city of Philadelphia, there were police cars torched, buildings burnt down, businesses that never can come back because of Black Lives Matter and radicals that should not have done what they did to our city. It didn't help any kind of camaraderie in our society. It destroyed that.
Well, I don't know about nerve, but I was just pointing out what the research showed.
And you should be ashamed of yourself for saying that there wasn't violence at those protests.
I didn't say that.
That's what you said.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
said,
you did. Less than 10%. That's what you said.
That means there still was some violence. I didn't say no violence.
Well, there should be no violence. We need law and order. We shouldn't defund police. We need to enforce the law and hold criminals accountable and not go after law-abiding citizens that aren't part of the problem.